And how long have you been a Ranger?
Since 2010, so going on 16 years.
How long have you been in law enforcement?
First got into law enforcement in 1996, so pretty close to 30 years now.
What got you in law enforcement?
Well, it's something that I always wanted to do as a kid. I had some of my friends, their fathers were in law enforcement, and just seemed like a pretty noble profession, and just kind of went that direction.
Dangerous profession?
I'm sorry?
Is it a dangerous profession?
It certainly can be.
That didn't stop you from being in law enforcement?
No.
And on May 24, 2022, where were you assigned?
I was assigned in Boerne, Texas.
And where's that?
Boerne is a suburb on the northwest side of San Antonio.
And how far is that from Uvalde?
A couple hours.
Did you end up in Uvalde on that day or soon thereafter?
I did.
Tell us how that happened.
So I received a call from my lieutenant at the time, who advised that there was a mass casualty incident in Uvalde, Texas. I'm a member of the state crime scene team for the Texas Ranger Division, and so my assignment at that time was to go to San Antonio from Boerne, pick up our crime scene trailer. It's a trailer that just has lots of crime scene supplies for working a big type of crime scene like that. So pick up that crime scene trailer and then drive to Uvalde.
And when did you get there?
I think I got there around 5 or 6 in the evening, a few hours after everything had happened.
And did you get an assignment?
Yes.
Tell us what that was.
The assignment that evening was to help identify the victims inside the school.
And how did you do that? How did you go about doing that?
Most of it was visual identification. We did have, I guess some of the parents of some of the children had provided photographs of their children from earlier in the day. My understanding is that there was some type of award ceremony, and so there were a lot of pictures of the children and actually what they were wearing that day. So we were able to identify several of them from those photographs.
Because the photographs were so quick, it happened the same day, the clothing helped to identify.
Correct. Many of them were wearing the same exact clothing that they were wearing in the photographs earlier that day.
And where were the children that you found?
They were in a couple of the classrooms.
So how long did that take?
It took several hours that evening. I think I remember working till about, I want to say 11 or 12 that evening. I believe that was a Friday evening.
And what did you do with the information?
As far as the identity?
Yes, sir.
We just provided it to our chain of command. I don't know who it was that actually took the information and matched it up and gave it to funeral homes or any other entity. It's one of the things that we were doing. We compiled it, and somebody within our group took it to whoever needed it.
Just moves up the chain.
Correct.
Thank you. Did you also have any assignments with evidence collection?
Yes.
Tell us about that assignment.
So my primary assignment over the next few days was to gather evidence from a few of the classrooms. I think it was 4 of the classrooms, maybe 4 or 5 of them on the west side of that building at Robb Elementary. My primary assignment was to identify where bullet defects were in the windows coming into the classrooms and try to trace as best as possible the flight path, the trajectory of these bullets that came in. Many of them struck the ceiling, many of them struck the opposite walls, but that was my primary assignment for the next few days.
Okay. Let's take a second just to familiarize the jury once again with the part of the bullet that you were working on. Okay?
Okay.
And witness approach the exhibit from.
Yes, sir. Can we get the exhibit back that was tendered to the jury, to the court reporter?
Yeah, I gave it to you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Part of my job, I gotta make sure we get everything.
You can come on up, and the jury's spread pretty wide, so that's why I have the pointer, so we can
Okay.
give them room to see. So, for the last couple of days, we've been working on the casing part of the bullet. Would you again point that out for the jury?
We call this the casing, or we call it the cartridge of the bullet.
Okay, and then the front end, would you point that out and tell us what that is?
That is the bullet. That is the actual projectile that comes out of the end of the cartridge that goes out.
And that's the damage part of it.
Correct.
And so what was your assignment?
My assignment.
With relationship to the projectile or the bullet side of it?
My assignment was to identify the areas, again, in the windows on the west side of the building where the bullets had come in through the windows and trace their, as best as possible, trace their flight path into the ceiling tiles, into furniture or other objects within the classrooms, or into the opposite walls of the classrooms.
Okay, thank you. And when a bullet leaves a gun, in general terms, does it go in a straight line?
Generally speaking, yes, unless it hits something else or there's some other type of force exerted upon it.
So generally it goes in a straight line until it hits something.
Generally speaking, yes.
And then what happens?
When the bullet hits something,
Yes, sir.
Judge, I don't know if he's qualified to testify about trajectory. I'd like to take him on board. If he's going to go down this type of, or he thought he was going to do evidence collection.
I'm going to do evidence collection, but he's
Wow.
collecting pieces of bullets.
I mean, I guess I don't know the scope of what he's going to go into, Judge, which I'm happy to do. I just want to make sure I question him before.
Let me rephrase
Okay.
this and not clear it up.
Thank you.
Would you tell us what a fragment of a bullet is?
Thank you.
when a bullet strikes an object, many times it will basically break off into several pieces. A bullet fragment is going to be just one of those pieces, and they can go any type of direction. I think an old ranger told me one time bullets do weird things whenever they hit something, and they do. They can go in a million different directions depending on many circumstances.
And does it make a difference if a bullet is just a solid bullet or a hollow point or a jacketed bullet?
It would make some type of a difference. However, every one of those I've seen, they have fragmented before.
Okay, the fragment, just means different pieces. Is that
Correct. They've come apart.
Okay. And so was your job then, well, first let me ask, did you see places or indications where a bullet had gone through a solid object?
Yes.
And tell us what that was.
There were many of them. Many of the bullets went through glass. Some of them had gone through the actual steel window frame. Once they perforated through the glass or the window frame, they came into the classroom and hit several other objects, whether it was desks, books, ceiling tiles, the wall on the opposite side of the room, just anything in its path was could and did get hit.
And were you able to recover any of those fragments or solid bullets?
Yes.
And were there both? Or the recovery of both? Solid bullets as well as fragments?
Yes.
Okay. And in general terms, which rooms did you work on primarily?
The rooms that were on the west side of the building. I don't remember the room numbers right offhand. If you have a diagram, I could explain to the jury which ones those were.
I think this is probably a good time to do that. Tender, you photographed your work, did you not?
Yes.
And before coming here today, did you have a chance to review those photographs to determine if they're fair and accurate representations of your work?
Yes.
And were they?
Yes.
With tender exhibits at this point, 23 through... It seems like it's too big. Yeah, it is. I'm going to cut it off where it is. I'm sorry. 23 through 49 at this point.
You have a moment, Judge?
Yes.
No objection, Your Honor.
Admitted.
And I was just informed that we had to skip numbers because other exhibit numbers were taken, so I'm going to add to the offer 153 through 163. Apologies.
It's okay. No objections, Your Honor.
They're admitted as well. You may publish.
Thank you. Starting with the first location then. You need to use this one.
Thank you.
Okay, we could start with Exhibit 23. Could you point out the room 102 and where it is in relationship to the building?
Your Honor, may I approach the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 102, room 102 is going to be highlighted here in yellow.
And I'll next show you State's Exhibit 24 and ask you to identify what we're looking at here.
This is going to be room 102, an outside view, and the two windows that four-room